to this.
So, I'm gonna take a moment to like re-explain what we're doing because I'd like the VOD to be complete. For reference, people who just started the VOD here, we started this and we started building our setting and I explained what was going on, and then my internet wasn't playing ball, so we switched to Matt now. He's streaming, but we're both still here. Everything's still working roughly. So what I'm gonna do?
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's make sure they can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me? Let's hope so.
Let's make sure they can
Let
hear
me
you.
let me okay, can you hear me? Let's
Yes.
hope so. You can.
Let's make sure they can hear me? You?
I can hear me. So
okay.
I'm assuming they can. So at its core, Ironsworn is a tabletop role-playing game that has 3 different modes of play. So there's guided play, which is your normal, you have a GM, you have players, normal RPG. There's cooperative play, which is what we're trying to do, where you and one or more friends play together to overcome challenges and complete quests. A GM is not required, and the Ironsworn game system and the oracles and each other will kind of help build the world and bounce and see where we are. And then finally, you have solo play. So that's one person playing with themselves. And I'm sure Twitch is fine with that.
always 2 wheels.
Yeah, so essentially, I'll go through this quick rundown, which is what I told Matt to read before we started, and he hasn't read much more than this. I don't even know if he's read this. So
I read everything that said the basics.
Cool.
So
essentially, the setting of Ironsworn, which we're going to use, we will customize it a bit, because we're us and we very rarely play in default settings. But the setting of Ironsworn, the setting we're playing in, has a few things that are true about it, and we're going to kind of mess with this as we go through and build our world, which is what we're going to do straight after this. But essentially, the default setting is the Ironlands, which is a rugged peninsula of isolated communities and untracked wilds on the frontier of the known world. 2 generations ago, your people were driven to the Ironlands from their former homes in the Old World. The weather here is harsh. Winters are brutal. The rugged terrain makes trade and travel difficult and dangerous. There are no thriving cities. Instead, Ironlanders live in isolated villages or steadings. Their homes are the modest buildings of wood, stone, and thatch. Many areas of the Ironlands are unexplored and uninhabited except by the Firstborn, beings such as elves, giants. Coins have little value here. Most commerce is made through barter and favors. Some communities remain isolated and independent, while others trade in basic goods such as iron, grain, wood, livestock, wool, and coal. There is a diverse mix of peoples, cultures within the Ironlands, even within a single community. You can envision your character and those you interact with however you like, unbound by the considerations of geography, lineage, sexual orientation, and gender. Communities are sometimes band together under a powerful leader, but there are no kingdoms. Territorial lines are sketchily drawn, if at all. Large-scale warfare is unheard of, but raiding parties and skirmishes between communities are a consistent menace. Some communities subsist entirely on raiding. Shield, spear, axe, and bow are the dominant weapons. Swords are rare and highly prized. Some warriors choose to wade into battle clad in iron, while others trust in their prowess or the strength of their shield. Magic is subtle and mysterious. Mystics seek to ward away the darkness through the practice of magic, but often succumb to it. Rituals are performed as blessings to gain insight. Supernatural creatures and beasts are rare, frightening, and dangerous. So we're going to go through and we're probably going to change a lot of that. So we'll see how that ends up. There is a few things that are core and fundamental, and this is one of them. So in the old world, there wasn't iron. Iron isn't a thing in the old world. So when we've come to the Ironlands, we've named it the Ironlands for the iron we found. And also iron is rare and sacred. So in the Ironlands, a vow is sacred. You declare your summoned promise to serve or aid someone. To complete a personal quest, your honor is bound to that vow. Abandoning it or recanting an oath is the worst sort of failure. When you swear a vow, you touch a piece of iron. It can be an iron coin, a weapon, armor. It's an old tradition. Some say the iron, a piece of the primal world, serves as a conduit to the old gods, so they may better hear your promise. Vows are the core of playing Ironsworn. It is your vow that drives you. These goals create context for your adventure and challenges. As you complete vows, you gain experience and new abilities. When you create your character, you start with a background vow, and when you set up your campaign, you envision or encounter an inciting incident which triggers a new vow. So essentially, we're going to start the game, we're going to have two vows. So there's going to be one big background core vow, like our main goal in Stars, when we do Stars games, and then we'll have an inciting incident, which is our first sworn vow that we're going to go and do. There are prompts for vows in Chapter 4 if we don't have any ideas. Chapter 4 and 5, and we can select something that fits the vision for the world and characters. So we're going to go through. We're gonna make our world now. We're going to finish doing that, and then we're going to go look at our characters, and then we're going to decide kind of where we are at the start of this game. Okay.
And
so
if you're lost, don't worry. So am I.
Awesome. I love it. The actual game system is relatively simple. It essentially consists of rolling 2d10, and that's the challenge of the thing you're trying to do, and then rolling a d6 plus any modifiers. If your d6 plus modifiers beats the d10, you are successful. If it doesn't, you fail. Simple as that. That's the rule, right? That's the game. So that's the rolls we'll be making. We'll see. I've watched a few sessions of this from a couple of different people, and most of them roll pretty bad. So this game will suit me. Awesome. Let's go back to the world. So what we've basically, the first decision we made was about the old world, and deciding why we left that old world. And what we decided is that is this. So the sickness moved like a horrible wave across the old world, killing all in its path. Thousands fled aboard ships. However, the plague could not be outrun. On many ships, the disease was contained through ruthless measures, tossing overboard any who exhibited the slightest symptoms. Other ships were lost forever. In the end, those who found the Iron Lands made it their new home. Some say will be forever cursed by those we left behind.
I mean, it's too many not to pick, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. So the next decision we have to make is about iron. Is about how we found iron.
All right.
So the first is the imposing hills and mountains of the Iron Land are rich in iron ore. The most prized of all is star-forged black iron.
Do you want to take turns reading these?
Huh?
Or do you just want to read them? Do you want to take turns? Is your voice
you can do
it.
You can do it. I don't go for it.
All right. The weather is bleak. Rain and winds sweep in from the ocean. The winters are long and bitter. One of the first settlers complained, "Only those who made of iron dare live in this foul place." And thus our land was named.
The next one is inscrutable metal pillars are found throughout the land. They are iron grey and smooth as riverstone. No one knows their purpose. Some say they are old as the world. Some, such as the iron priests, worship them and swear vows upon them. Most make the warding signs and hurry along their way when they happen to cross one. The pillars do not tarnish. Even the sharpest blade cannot mark them. I don't really care on this one. Yeah, either or. I know we can also pick multiple of them. I like the weather is bleak one.
Yeah.
But we can pick more than one, right?
Look,
so we can.
I really like the idea of pillars of iron as old as time. But
yeah.
What about pillars of iron as old as time, but the weather sucks.
Sure. Yeah, we can do both.
Like mix the both. Because
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, weather, the bleak weather. Come on, plague infested lands and the bleak
Right?
weather places the Holy Land. Can't pick the first one.
Okay.
That's too happy.
All right, awesome. Yeah, it's normal, right? Like that's like I feel like that's just we basically just play on Earth. Like it's just normal.
Yeah, I mean that's not.
Okay, cool. So that's our decision about iron. The next one is legacies. So this is about like who was if there was anyone here before us. What was this land before we arrived? So the firstborn are a thing no matter what. So like elves and shit like that, like the fae, whatever we want that to be, they exist no matter what. But what is it? What is it? Yeah, what else was here? So the first one is we are the first humans to walk these lands.
Oh, sorry. Before we do that, where are we putting all this information?
So I'm checking it. I've made a handout called the
Oh, you
world.
just haven't saved it yet. Sweet. Okay, cool.
I haven't saved it yet.
Sweet.
So it won't show up.
Awesome. I was wondering why it didn't change. Awesome. Okay. The second one is other humans sailed here from the old world untold years ago, but all that is left of them is a savage, feral people we call the Broken, as their fate to become our own.
Sick. And before the Ironlanders, even before the Firstborn, another people lived here. Their ancient ruins are found throughout the Ironlands.
What are you thinking?
Look, I'm kind of torn. The Broken sound pretty cool. But also the like ancient humans,
I mean,
the ancient people, not
what
necessarily
if
humans, but
we
ancient people.
just like mash them together and have like an ancient empire, and the remnants are this broken, insane, feral populace?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So all right. So the empire that was here, the ruins
Ancient,
we
great
find
human empire.
are like as old as time,
Yeah.
and the leftovers of this is the broken. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like a cannibal people.
I like it.
Filed teeth. Eats their feces. Classic stuff.
All right, legacies. I'm gonna put the remnants of these people.
I'm glad Quack's agreeing with our choices so far.
Yeah. The remains of these people are those we call the broken.
Plus, that fits in with the indestructible or inscrutable metal pillars.
Yeah. A savage. Other ruins. Other ruins iron. Are they all
They
made
have
out
to
of
be, right?
iron?
Yeah, it has to be
Yeah,
that,
I
right?
love that. I love that. Ancient ruins are found. Ancient ruins made of iron. Found throughout the Ironlands. People remain Kulaburi. A savage.
It's got to be like an off iron, though. It's not the iron we use, and
Yeah.
it's like a
Stuff
like
that even with our iron we can't break.
yeah, like Lovecraftian fused black stone iron.
So strong. So made of the ancient ruins made of iron. So strong. Even our best ironsmiths cannot end it. Found throughout the Ironlands. The remains of the remains of these people are those we call the Broken, a savage tribe, knowing little but anger. Cool. Can always go in and clean that up later.
Yeah.
So the next one we need to do is communities. If you wanna.
Oh, communities. We are few in number in this accursed land. Most rarely have contact with anyone outside our own small steading or village, and strangers are viewed with deep suspicion.
The next one is we live in communities called circles. These are settlements ranging in size from a steading with a few families to a village of several hundred. Some circles belong to a nomadic folk. Some circles might include a cluster of settlements. We trade and sometimes feud with other circles.
We have forged the Ironlands into a home. Villages within the havens are connected by well trod roads. The caravans travel between settlements in the havens and those in the outlying regions. Even so, much of this land is untamed.
So the havens is like a geographical region on like the center of the map.
Okay.
Um, that's a place.
Yeah, I
I think
don't.
if I scroll, it's like 122. I think is roughly where they describe. Yeah, here we go.
PDF
So
122?
sorry.
PDF
Yeah,
122?
yeah. So the havens is 5. So if we look at our bigger version of the map, let me start checking some text on here so we know what these are. I'm gonna save that as well so that doesn't go away. So we have havens or havens, I guess.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't.
make it bigger. That's right. I'm chucking the place names on the map now.
The descriptions for them? Oh, here it is. Here's
Huh?
the description.
Yeah.
Um, Features of the havens are rolling hills and rocky bluffs, pockets of dense wood thick with shadow, walled settlements, verdant heaths, or heaths? I don't know what a heath is. Verdant heaths, wide rivers navigated by wary boatmen, long harsh winters. Well, I like the long harsh winters. This is an expansive region of forest, rivers, shrubland, and low hills. After an arduous journey with untold losses, the first Ironlander settlers looked upon the havens as a fresh start, a relative oasis in a fierce, uncaring land. It gave them hope. Are we about hope?
I don't know, man. I feel like probably not, right?
I'm not. Probably not. I'm not.
Like it's been two generations since we got here. I feel like shit's still pretty bad.
Right. Okay. Okay. So are we? Do we live in communities that are trading and feuding with each other, or are we in
Or are we like
separate?
isolationist?
Yeah.
What do you feel, man? What
I'm
are you
not
thinking?
partial particularly to either. I think. Yeah. I'm like the middle option, the circles option is just it's a little bit of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It seems to be like I don't know, like normal fantasy almost.
Let's go with the first one then.
Sure.
Isolationists.
All right. We're building a very, very friendly world here. Tempest Hills.
I agree, crack. Quack. Who does need hope?
Not us, apparently. Veiled. Oh god, apparently I can't spell. There we go.
It's alright, none of us can.
And shattered wastes. I'm pretty sure all the place names should be there now. Roughly, anyway.
The
Okay.
Shattered Wastes. Gnarly.
So communities. We're going for the first one.
Yeah, we are few in number in this accursed land. Most rarely have contact with anyone outside our own small steading or village, and strangers are viewed with deep suspicion.
All right, so we're gonna have to think about like why we left.
Plague, right? Like,
Yeah, did our village like die? Oh,
oh,
harsh.
so is this communities thing? Is this a truth for everyone in the Ironlands, or is this our community?
Pretty much. Like this is the Ironlands as a whole. There
Right.
are obviously we can create exceptions as we move through the world. Like places don't exist until we create them.
Yeah.
There's no set place. So as we find them, we'll put marks on the map, and as we build our characters, we'll make certain events that we've already done, and that'll create locations, and then we can kind of put them wherever. So we can make exceptions to this
Yeah. Cool.
if we want.
I mean, like, so every human that is here because of the fleeing of pestilence, plague.
Yeah,
disease,
apart from
right?
the broken, right?
Yeah. So So I don't know. Everyone, like, all the villages are just quarantined. It's easier to maintain a population of like 100 or so, and make sure no one's getting infected.
Yeah. So I imagine we have like I'm gonna put this in here, right? But like I imagine we have because like the strangers of you with D suspicion is like pretty legit because they could be infected. We don't know.
Yeah.
But I imagine we have some like pretty hardcore like if you show sign of the sickness,
Yeah, I like the idea of
you're
the
dead. Like
sickness still being in people. It's still a thing you have
yeah,
to
it's
watch
still
out
that
for.
kind of like menace
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
It's like the zombie plague.
Yeah. So the sickness. I'll write this in here. So the sickness still lingers. We are ever watchful and merciless to those who exhibit symptoms.
So you get sick, yeah. Spread it like herpes.
All right. So we'll have to think. We can leave it there for the moment. We'll have to think about like what those symptoms are.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
What? Yeah, right. We need to think about what that is, and maybe what this thing was called. We can think of that. So the next one is leaders. So I'll start. So the leadership is as varied as the people. Some communities are governed by a head of a powerful family, or they have a council of elders who make decisions and settle disputes. In others, the priests hold sway. For some, it is jewels in the circle that decide.
Cool. Each of our communities has its own leader, called an overseer. Every 7th spring, the people affirm their current overseer or choose a new one. Some overseers wear the iron circlet reluctantly, while others thirst for power and gain it through schemes or threats.
And the final is numerous clan chiefs rule over petty domains. Most are intent on becoming the one true king. Their squabbles will be our undoing.
What are you thinking? I mean, it can't be the last one, right?
Yeah, I don't think that makes sense. I almost think so. To me, if I'm looking at this world and thinking who would hold the most power, it's got to be like a some sort of medical.
That's exactly
right?
what I was thinking. Yeah, like the doctors.
Right? Yeah. So like the leaders we defer to would need to be some sort of like healer, or like maybe the healing cast is the like.
So I was thinking like a council or a cast of doctors.
Yeah. Okay.
Like priestly doctors or doctors.
So healers,
shamans, druids.
healers, shamans.
Because that also gives like a shit ton of variety. Like
healers, shamans, clerics, and others.
One village could have the priests who know all about the healing arts, that God gives us good health, whereas the people that live in the forest could follow the tree loving druids.
Sick. Hold power.
Fucking trees gives you health.
Varies. So I put like healers, shamans, clerics, and others professing to know the healing arts hold power. What that looks like varies between communities. All right, sick. I like it. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. Next one is defense. Here in the Islands, supplies are too precious and the lands are too sparsely populated to support organized fighting forces. When a community is threatened, the people stand together to protect their own.
The next is the wardens are our soldiers, guards, and militia. They serve their communities by standing sentry, patrolling the surrounding lands, and organizing defenses in time of crisis. Most have strong ties to their communities. Others, called free wardens, wandering mercenaries who hire on to serve a community or protect caravans.
Final one is our warbands are rallied to strike out at our enemies or defend our holdings. Though not nearly as impressive as the armies that once marched across the old world, these forces are well trained and equipped as their communities can manage. The banners of the warbands are adorned with depictions of their old world history and Iron Land victories. What one are you thinking? First one?
I think the first one makes the most sense
Yeah.
with the world we've built, right?
Yeah.
I love the last one. Like,
The
it's
last one's
so
very
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the top one makes the most sense with the world we've built so far.
Yeah. Yep. Like we arrived here, supplies are plenty, and then the land wasn't as fertile as we had hoped.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Defense. Oops, that's bold. We have a few more to go, so we'll start powering through them. So the next is mysticism. If you want to start,
Right. Some still find some still find comfort in the old ways. They call on mystics to divine the fortune of their newborn, or ask them to perform rituals to invoke a bountiful harvest. Others act out of fear against those who they suspect of having power. However, most folk believe true magic, if it ever existed, is lost to us now.
and then the next is magic is rare and dangerous, but those few who wield power are truly gifted.
Final is magic courses through this land as the rivers flow through the hills. The power is there for those who choose to harness it, and even the common folk often know a helpful ritual or two. Alright, what are you thinking? How?
So the only one I feel like it kind of can't be. Yeah, so I mean the only one I feel like it kind of can't be is the bottom one, right?
Yep.
Because
As much as
if
that
magic
hurts.
was that plentiful,
Yeah.
the plague wouldn't be a thing.
Unless it's a
Either
magic
of the other
plague.
two, I'm fine with. I'll let you pick.
Look, all I'm saying, magic plague. People play with magic too much. Everyone knows a ritual or two. People use a ritual or two. You catch the magic sickness.
Yeah, okay. So this plague that happened is magical in nature, right? So is magic even a thing? Like, do we kill anyone? Because if magic caused this plague in the first place,
Maybe
do we suffer those who have magic to exist?
maybe magic is only like it's to use magic is incredibly requires a lot of skill or
Sure.
know-how. So only the ruling caste, the doctors,
Okay.
know how to use it properly and safely. But there's accidents.
So like I guess it'd be the second one, but we're changing it slightly so that those who do maybe like this ruling cast, these healers will generally try and like search out for people who are magically gifted.
Yep.
To like
And then bring them into their own.
yeah, okay. The healing cast will seek.
Yeah, I like the idea of it not like the only reason people don't use it is because of taboo, and if you do use it, you're gonna come down with the sickness.
Yeah, and force
But
them to join them.
if you do use it, and you don't fuck it up, you could give your family a whole bunch of food or gold, like or iron.
Yeah, okay. So magic, um okay, cool. So the healing casts seek those with skill and force them to join them. Magic, let's say magic is available to most people.
But yeah, I mean that also plays into why we're a scattered settlements, because it's much easier to enforce taboo on a small scale where we
Yeah.
can ostracize someone as opposed to cities or homesteads with hundreds or thousands of people.
Okay, so magic is available to most people, but the taboo against its use is strongly enforced. And a mistake in its use can bring about death.
All right. The next one is religion. I'll start that off. A few excuse me. A few Ironlanders still make signs or mumble prayers out of habit or tradition, but most believe the gods long ago abandoned us.
The next is the people honor the old gods and the new. In this harsh land, a prayer is simple but powerful comfort.
Ooh, final is our gods are many. They make themselves known through manifestations and miracles. Some say they even secretly walk among us. The priests convey the will of the gods and hold sway over many communities.
So the last one is like Greek mythology, right? Zeus is just going to be down about banging people. Um,
Yeah, I guess so. We could also probably fuck that one like hard, but
yeah, and I mean either that or like I don't know. I'm a sucker for like dead or abandoned gods settings.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like the idea for me, the idea that the gods were real, they were real things, but now they're gone.
I mean,
I
yeah.
love that shit.
Like what? Like the magic played killed the gods, killed the gods, and then
Oh,
killed us.
yeah. Okay. Sick. All right. So the gods were real once. Maybe, yeah, I guess maybe we believe that we caused them to die. I can imagine that. Imagine as like
Oh,
a
yeah.
a mystic community who believes in the gods and know them to be real, thinking that you killed the
But not
gods.
like there is empirical, testable evidence that
Yeah,
the
like
gods
we
were
know.
strictly real. It's like we don't know because of faith. We know of because of like straight up
Yeah,
hard science.
yeah. The
Like
gods were
maybe
real
like
once.
there's the iron pillars or the iron ruins here have the same faces of the same gods that we had on the homeland.
Our plague brought about their demise.
So we're like a island of self-flagellators.
Yeah, and
I mean, you know it's sin that killed the gods, right?
for the murder of the gods, we suffer. So I've got the gods were real once. Our plague brought about their demise, and for the murder of the gods we served, we suffer.
Yeah. Which also means in the communities where priests are the ruling caste, like that's a pretty dreary place and a dreary place. Like
Yeah.
we killed our gods, and now you can't talk to anyone that you don't know on a first name basis because you killed your gods, and if you talk to people, they will kill you because of us, you bastards.
Hell yeah. Okay. So the firstborn is the next. So the firstborn have passed into legend. Some say the remnants of old tribes still dwell in deep forests or high mountains. Most believe they were never anything more than myth.
This one is the firstborn live in isolation and are fiercely protective of their own lands.
And the next is the firstborn holds sway in the Ironlands. The elves of the deep forests and the giants of the hills tolerate us and even trade with us for now. Ironlanders fear the day they decide we are no longer welcome here.
I mean, it has to be the second one, right?
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
the Firstborn, they don't want this magic plague, but I reckon the first one with the sentence after the hyphen where for now, like the Islanders fear the day that they decide that they got to wipe the
Yeah,
plague out
yeah,
because like their gods ain't dead. They still got access to magic. Magic doesn't.
yeah. I love that. So like the firstborn live in isolation and are fiercely protective of their lands. Ironlanders fear the day they will decide we are no longer welcome here. Sick.
I'm thinking like proper cities that
Yeah. Hell yeah.
people like
So
humans
they
aren't
they
allowed to come
exist. Yeah,
anywhere
they
near.
like we're in our fucking like scrub, like shit, barely held together fucking villages. And these guys are like they're properly built cities.
Yeah,
Their
I mean,
lands.
I'm imagining there is a wall, like in Game of Thrones or
Yeah,
any other
man, we're
fantasy.
we're we're the wildlings here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Their land is
like up by
civilized.
the Veiled Mountains or Tempest Hill, somewhere up there is
Yeah,
impassable reaches that if we go too far, you're gonna get you contract the sickness because it's rich in magic or whatever.
their land is civilized and well built. They hold us at bay. With man, I'm kind of down to just have like a giant wall. Like
Just a
even if it
wall.
isn't like a physical wall, like maybe the mountains
Oh, you like the
are
Veiled
like
Mount? Like I'm thinking,
impossible.
yeah, like it's you just fucking fuck off Magic Mountains.
They hold us at bay with the impossible wall.
Oh, like yeah, this is a peninsula of a massive continent. Like like
Yeah,
Atlantis, right? Like this is the
yeah.
peninsula of Atlantis or like Eden.
So like we like on it. I mean, we probably wouldn't even. So this top we can probably rename honestly. This top, the Shattered Wastes, definitely isn't the Shattered Wastes. It's like the we can't get there. This is where they live. So this is like the
Yeah,
um
like that's like yeah,
the realm of the firstborn.
yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Sick. I love it.
So if we like, what about the further inland you get, the stronger or the older the world gets in terms of like magic. Like magic becomes more powerful and prevalent there. So the further
Sure.
humans go there, the more risk there is at contracting the plague. So we're
Further north we
like
travel.
there's more magical beasts further inland.
Yeah. The stronger the world's connection to magic, and the more we risk not only wait that died. Okay, I'm good. I'm here.
Oh, you're no,
I
you're
think
good.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
So but the further we travel, the further north we travel, the stronger the world's connection to magic. The more we risk not only encountering more magical beasts, but also plague. All right, sick. I love it. So beasts. I feel like we've almost answered that already,
Gonna go through them anyway.
but yeah, let's go through it.
All right. The beasts of old are nothing but legend. A few who travel into the deep forests and high mountains return with wild tales of monstrous creatures, but they are obviously delusional. No such thing exists.
And then monstrous beasts stalk the wild areas of the Ironlands.
Yeah. Beasts of all sort roam the Ironlands. They dwell primarily in the reaches, but range into settled lands to hunt. There, they often prey on cattle, but attacks on travelers, caravans, or even settlements are not uncommon. Last one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It fits what we the kind of like what we've already established.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they can't get past the impassable mountains, so they come for the easy, sickly humans.
Horrors.
Uh,
First is horrors are nothing but stories to frighten children.
we are weary of dark forests and deep waterways, for monsters lurk in those places. In the depths of the long night, when all is wreathed in darkness, only fools venture beyond their homes.
And the final one is the dead do not rest in the Ironlands. At night, we light torches, scatter salt, and post sentries at the gate. It is not enough. They are coming.
So this is where we make a decision about the sickness.
Yeah, right. So I almost think that the last one makes the most sense because when we arrived, there would be like ships that maybe arrived, but everyone on them were dead. Right? Like there would be ships that rocked up, and maybe they still are rocking up, that like are just filled with corpses.
Okay, like so where we came from, like it was we killed the gods. The gods were powerful. It was probably a pretty powerful civilization, like a very populous place.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're still sending ships. There's a constant exodus of people.
Yeah.
Every now and then, a ship with a few hundred zombies just rocks up.
Yeah. I love it. Let's do it.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
The dead do not rest in the Ironlands.
Look, I almost said it at the start. I almost said, is this going to be a zombie apocalypse?
All right. Cool. So that's the truths of our world. We'll develop smaller details as we go on, and we'll build our character and that sort of thing. But that's it, right? That's our world. So I'll save that. Yeah, look, it is not a good place to live. This place sucks. I love it though. This is awesome. Okay, so let me get to the part in this book that says about characters.
Yes, Quack. The plague is the undead. No, the plague causes the undead.
Yeah, the plague causes the undead.
Like you die a horrifical magical death, then you come back.
I also like the idea that not all dead, like if you kill someone, they're not going to come back unless you killed them with magic.
Yeah, it's like magic is the back. Yeah, magic.
Magic is the catalyst, right, for this?
Yeah.
Does magic always confer the plague? Like even if it doesn't kill you straight away or if it doesn't spread, is every magic user dying slowly?
I think the magic has to kill you. So if you contract the sickness, but someone like that's why we're so harsh, right? We kill you, we don't let the magic kill you, then you don't come back. But if the magic gets you, the magic brings you back.
Yeah, sick. I love it.
Magic is cancer, Quack. I'm glad someone understands.
Page 47. Okay. So creating a character. Page 47, I think.
PDF or
book 47.
Character creation summary.
58.
So page 31.
Yeah, 31. I don't know why.
So
this is just a summary. Okay.
Vision your character. Choose a name. Set your stats. Set health, spirit, and supply. Whatever any of that means.
Let's go up. Let's run through this.
All right.
So so in Vision, let's step through character creation, right? So we both have character sheets. We can both see each other's character sheets, but we should only be able to edit your one.
I cannot see yours. Give me GM privileges.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
I
don't even know how to do that.
Otherwise, just let me see your character sheet.
You should be able to.
No, I can see the bio and info, but because you need to let me be able to edit it.
Okay.
Yeah, Roll20's weird like that.
I'll do this next time I'll give you GM stuff.
Sweet.
There you go. You should be able to see that. Okay, so character creation. Before you jump into the mechanics of your character, consider their motivations, interests, skills, personality, and weaknesses. It's fine to start out with one or two ideas about your background and goals. You can flesh out the character as you play. First of all, This is a rule in the game. PCs are above NPCs. You're not the same, right? There's literally a rule here that says be awesome. Your character is highly competent, you're smart, brave, and driven. You can hold your own in a fight. When you swear an iron vow, you mean it.
Right.
You are not without your limitations. You'll face hardship. You'll make bad decisions. You will fail. Overcoming those failures, pushing on, is what makes you heroic.
Cool.
Apart from that, you can kind of be whatever you want.
Sweet.
Like there's no real like cultural or anything like that. Be who you want. The default setting is human centric, and I think we are.
Yeah.
I think the setting we built is definitely human centric. So I think we're humans. Because with the setting we built, I don't think it makes sense any other way. But apart from that, we can be whoever the fuck we want to be.
I like the idea of when we broke off into these communities, we just took whoever the fuck was there.
Yeah.
Like the start of a zombie apocalypse. You're in a city, you found the guy that, like, you found the hobo, you've got the soccer mom, you've got the creepy dude that lives down the street. You all band together. You've obviously got the wilderness expert guy and the cop. You just band together, go out in the woods, and then you are your clan, and you don't let anyone else in unless they prove themselves to you.
Yeah.
Then you let them in.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they're like, which is perfect. Like, we don't give a shit who joins us as long as they can hold their own. They don't fuck with magic. Well, they fuck with magic in the right way.
So, I have no idea. So okay, what I'm going to do, we're going to roll through the character basics. I have literally no idea for a name. There is apparently a random thing I can roll on here on page 188. And I'm going to do that.
Oh,
that's going to be my name.
Are you going to do name first?
Yeah, I'm going to. I don't know.
All right, what's the page? 188? PDF or
apparently 184.
PDF or book?
Book. So
Other names?
195 in there. So that's why I have no idea about anything about my characters. I'm going to roll this, and whatever we come up with is what we're going to be.
Before you roll it, where the fuck is it? So I can...
195 in the PDF page 195.
Oh, okay. Is it called other names?
Ironlander names. It is called. I'm gonna roll. What's this? A D100.
All right. Oh, don't roll.
I'm waiting.
You can roll now.
Okay. So I've got an 11.
Ooh, I like
Bastion.
it.
All right.
I mean, I've got a roll as well, right? 83. Veneer. Veneer? Feiner. Veneer? I don't... Veneer? Feiner. Veneer? Feiner? Veneer. Help. Veneer?
83?
Feiner.
What the fuck? Where are you even looking? 83.
Ironlander names.
Feneer?
Feiner?
Feiner? I don't know. Look, it's up to you. However you want.
Veneer?
I'm going to roll on the second one for a last name. 48.
Nickum. Bastion Nickum. And Veneer / Feiner. Calidus.
That's a cool last name. I like that.
I'm just going to be called Calidus because I ain't fucking with Veneer.
Switch them around. Be Calidus.
I'll be Veneer. Feiner. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It doesn't matter. No, it can be whatever you want.
No, but I don't think he knows how to pronounce it.
Okay, cool. I like that. All right. So next, we have stats in the game. There are 5 stats, and they're given a value between 1 and 3. When you make a move, you roll a dice, and you usually add one of your stats to your action roll. The move will tell you which stat to add, or it'll give you a choice. So essentially, we have edge, which is quickness, agility, prowess, and ranged combat. Heart, which is courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty. Iron, physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness, and prowess in close combat. Shadow, sneakiness, deceptiveness, and cunning. And wits, expertise, knowledge, and observation. And essentially, we have a 3, 2 2s, and 2 1s. And we can put them wherever we want in those.
All right. Okay. Before we do that, before you jump into the mechanics of character creation, consider their motivation, interests, skills, personality, and weaknesses. It is fine to start with 1 or 2 ideas about your background and goals.
Yeah.
Who are we playing?
So do you have an idea?
I was thinking, like, I kind of really want to play a plague doctor.
Okay. Sure.
But I'm not sure. Like, what are you thinking?
I mean, look, if you wanna be a plague doctor, I'll be your like mercenary bodyguard.
Okay.
Right? Like my job is to protect you. Your job is whatever the fuck you want it to be. Like I'm walking around with you and you do your thing.
All right.
My job is to be in between you and whatever wants you dead because of whatever you just did.
Do you want to be? Do you want to mess with magic?
I don't care. I'm not going to. Like my I wanna do combat in one way or the other.
All right. I think it would be fun to play with magic because we've set it up as this big scary thing. So
go for it, plague doctor.
Sure. That's what was said. All right. So plague doctor and scary plague bearer.
Bodyguard.
Plague bodyguard. All right.
So I guess I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I kind of want to be quick. Like I want to spear, and I want to be quick.
There's something about this. Like swords aren't common, right?
Yeah. So I think let me scroll down, right? Because I'm pretty certain you pick an asset. You pick some assets, and some of those can be like can have like combat talents in them.
Hawks.
How many pick?
Shield bearer.
Yeah, so like there are some assets in here, that like can be your combat. Yeah. So I just want to look to see whether like what I can do. Let me see how many assets do you pick 3 assets. So I wanna see which one of them would kind of fit my idea for my character and see which stat.
Combat talents. You can wield weapons and perform combat moves. Page 78.
78.
But that's combat talents, and I'm not necessarily sure that's assets.
Let me have a look.
So assets like foci, or like.
I think so, but they can also be like you can get one that's like animal companion.
Hawk, yeah.
Right? Like assets cover a lot of things. Let me have a look. Where's the breakdown of what the assets are? Give me a frame. Hello. Okay, assets are broken into. I saw it before. Where did it go? Hey, again.
Oh, so there's a ritual that involves talking to the dead, which is kind of metal.
Are they in this book or are they separate?
78, right? Is it not?
Acquiring asset types. Here we go. So asset can be, there are 4 types of assets: companions, paths, combat talents, and rituals. You can mix and match assets as you like, whatever fits your vision for your character and their experience and goals. Okay, so it looks like, okay, cool. So basically no matter what, I'm going to want iron as a stat. Okay.
Oh, okay. Companions,
so
paths, combat 3. Talents, and ritual.
My edge at 2.
Also, it tells you what companions. So companions are your NPC helpers. When you acquire a companion, give them a name and vision there. Companions utilize a health track and may suffer. Okay, so companions. Paths. Paths represent your background, interest, training, and skills. They provide. Do we get one of each, or
we get 3? You can
we
mix
get
and match
3
them
assets?
however you like. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go. So my stats. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna ignore them for a second. I'm just gonna continue down the list. I'm gonna do stats next. So my stat, I'm gonna put 3 in iron, which is physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness, and prowess in close combat. 2 in edge, which is quickness, agility, prowess, and ranged combat. My second 2, I guess, in heart. So courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty. And then shadow and wits are both going to be 1. I'm not very shadowy or very
I
sneak, and I'm not very knowledgeable.
I think. How do I know what magic uses? Is that?
Well, it'll be an asset.
So the only like a ritual, like magic in Ironswood is cast through rituals.
Here we go.
But the only ritual is commune.
So let me.
It's rolls plus heart. So is all magic plus heart?
I don't know. Let me have a look. Let me send. Did you download the asset cards?
God, no. There was asset cards?
Yeah.
Again, so many downloads. Let's find it.
Some assets like ability might be applied to various moves.
Asset cards master sheet?
Yes. Yeah. I think I just list them out a little bit easier to see. Yeah, okay. It definitely does. Okay, cool. So this just makes it a little bit easier to see all of the different.
Just bringing it into the overlay. Oh, whoa. Okay, there's a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, there's like 75 of them or something like that.
Holy fuck knuckles.
I want to look at combat ones. Let me look at combat talents.
Yeah, this is definitely a session 0.
Skirmisher. If you wield a spear, that's what I want.
So maybe there's a reason why swords aren't commonly used, right? Like, I don't know what it is, but is there
I guess it would be because like iron isn't common.
Yeah, okay.
And where do we put assets on this character sheet? I guess there isn't a place on here. Okay, I'm gonna give us another handout each just so we can put our assets in there.
Okay.
Because I think the idea is that you have these as like actual cards. And if I can figure out how, I'll import them into Roll20 as cards.
I wonder if that's possible.
Because then we could actually have them as cards and use them as I think they're meant to be. But in the meantime, just so we can kind of get it done, I'll give us each a handout.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Yeah. All of the rituals require like different pluses.
Yeah. You just gotta figure out which one.
Yeah. Plus wits, plus heart. Roll plus iron. Oof. I don't know what. There's too many.
Look, you can pick up more as you go. So if you just see any that like pique your interest. Okay, I've given you a handout for it.
All right.
So you can put whichever ones you want in there. I've picked one, which is a skirmisher. I copy and paste this. Yeah. And I'm assuming, so we only get the first level of it until we level it up.
Okay.
This is going to be easier once I've imported these, but for now, this will have to work.
I think a problem with a lot of these rituals is that I don't understand what any of the benefits are because they're
Yeah, I
all
mean, just
mechanics.
look, honestly,
I'm just
the
looking
way
for
I'm
something
doing
that
this,
sounds cool. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly it. I'm picking whatever I think sounds cool. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna take skirmisher, which makes me better with a spear. Veteran. I don't know what it does, but it fits my idea for the character.
Oh, homunculi.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
You face danger and gather information. Mystic forces. Nope. Nope. Yeah, I'm literally just looking at these to try and like I have an idea for who my character is, and I'm picking whichever ones I think help like fit that.
Problem is, there's just goddamn too many.
Yeah. I'm literally just reading the titles and then picking which one I think fits.
So yeah, okay. I don't know what Oh,
There's a companion of a young wyvern, and the description is your wyvern won't devour you. For now,
I mean, are you gonna take that?
I might. I'm just checking what the other companion because I think I want a companion. I just don't know which one I want. Yeah. I think the fucking I think that's too cool not to take.
Oh, spirit bound. You are haunted by someone whose death you caused through your actions or failures. When you consult with their spirit to secure an advance, I don't know what any of that means. That's kind of cool.
Okay, I've picked mine, and they're literally based on. One of them was because I thought it was cool. I need a name for my wyvern. Shit. Oh shit. So I guess my. Okay, cool. And look, I think it's fair to say that if once we played a little bit and we understand the rules a little bit more, if we want to change any of these,
Yeah, yeah.
we can do that.
All right. I mean, I think I'm gonna take at least it's a path and it's like Shadowkin. So I'm haunted. Wait, no, not
Cool.
Shadowkin. Spirit bound. I'm
Spirit
just
bound.
straight up haunted.
Yeah, I love it.
And which we. I just need. All right, I'm gonna close your PD, your character thing for now. Matt's assets. God, there's a lot.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So you've got skirmisher, veteran, and young werven. Nice,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. I'm then essentially. Have you done your stats, or are you still looking to
No,
see what?
I'm because no, not yet. No. I'm just trying to find a cool spell.
Yeah.
the problem is with spells as in any game, you have to read them to know what they do. And like the terms, not even know what they do, just like what the theme is.
Let's have a look. Are they under what are the like spell shit under?
They're rituals.
Okay.
They're at the very bottom.
Yeah, awesome. There it is. So what do you envision for your character?
I'm thinking like, maybe not necessarily literally a plague doctor, but like surrounds themselves in death. Is like constantly around death.
Yeah.
As a doctor, and is like not flinched by death. So I'm like thinking either commune or like yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know.
So there's like leech.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm thinking.
You can inflict harm on people and gain health or momentum.
Yeah. Do you know what momentum is?
Yeah, so momentum either builds or declines as you do things, and you can use momentum to cancel out one of the um, challenge dice. So the d10s you roll. So say if I have 8 momentum and I rolled my d6 result was like a 7, let's say, and my 2 challenge dice was an 8 and a 5. I'm only beating one of them right now, but because my momentum is high enough, I can spend all of my momentum
Okay.
to cancel out the higher one to turn it from a weak hit into a strong hit.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Yeah. Oh, let's just take that. It sounds cool.
I mean, Visage is pretty fucking metal.
Oh, what's that one? I haven't
When you
seen this
paint
yet.
yourself in blood and ash, roll plus
Oh,
wits. On a strong hit, you add +2 and take +1 momentum.
I think that's the one I was looking at before. Yeah, that one was pretty fucking cool.
It's just metal.
Yeah. That's plus wits, and then other one is plus. Oh, it's not plus. It's plus iron. Um. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take visage just because it's pretty. You know what? No, I'm gonna be a creepy leecher.
Yeah.
All about that leech in life.
How many have you picked now?
That's second one.
Okay. So you got one more.
Yeah. Sorry, this is taking so long, dude.
Oh, that's all right. There's tons of them. There's like 74 of these things.
Yeah, I don't know how you picked so fast.
I kind of had an idea what my character was going to be, so I just kind of picked based on that.
Oh, I never have an idea. I'll find a weapon one, like a combat talent.
I mean, or path.
So my first one's
Sighted.
a path. Um, unless I don't really need combat.
I mean, you can fight regardless, right? The combat
Okay.
ones just give you. Like sighted is when you face danger or gather information to identify or to detect mystic forces. Add +1 and then take +1 momentum on a hit.
What's that one called?
Sighted. It's a path. Or ritualist.
Um, what's this one? It's iron and plus. I might take another ritual just because.
Yeah.
And I think I'll take just because it fits a lot. Commune. When you surround the remains of a recently deceased intelligent creature with lit candles, and summon its spirit, roll plus heart, add +1 if you share a bond. On a strong hit, the spirit appears and you may converse for a few minutes. Make moves as appropriate.
That sounds like, yeah, that sounds pretty perfect.
All right, cool.
Yeah, then you just got to do your stats. So set one of them to 3, 2 of them to 2, and then the other 2 are left at 1.
Oh my gosh, this is stressful for me as someone who usually power games the shit out of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay right now. I'm not all right. Will make. So I get 2, 2, 1, 3, 1. Okay, cool.
So yeah, at 3, 2 2s and 2 1s.
And heart is courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty.
Yeah.
Ooh. Is your 3 iron?
Yeah.
All right, I'll make my 3 heart then, and we can diversify a bit.
So yeah, I have 3 iron, 2 edge, 2 heart, 1 shadow, 1 wits.
Oh god. Edge is quickness, agility, prowess, and range combat. Edge is going to be 1. Shadow will be yours is 1.
My shadow is 1. My wits are 1.
All right, shadow 1, wits 2.
Cool.
All right, we're not.
We are not going to be doing a lot of sneaking around.
No, but can you blame us? You are a skirmisher with a fucking wyvern, and I paint myself in ash and blood.
Yeah, right. I don't think we should be doing much sneaking around. All right, hell yeah. Okay.
All right, next one is health.
Health. So health, we just set. There's like the trackers on the left-hand side, the right-hand side. Sorry. So you got supply, spirit, and health. That is like they're all set to 5, which they already are. So that's fine. It is reduced when we endure harm, and increased when we rest or receive care through particular moves. If you are at 0 health, scoring a miss when you endure harm puts you at risk. So health is like your hit protection. So if you hit 0 health and you take another hit, that's a hit that actually hits you.
So anything before that is like dodging.
Yeah, like you duck out the way, or like you block it, or something like that. So the way I kind of see it is if it reduces your health, you are forced to stop it in some way. If it misses, it misses.
Yeah.
And if you are reduced to 0 health and then you hit again, that's when you're actually like reduced. You're at risk of dying. Spirit is your mental state. It is reduced when you endure stress. It is increased when you find comfort, success, or relax. If you are at 0 stress, scoring a miss when you endure stress puts you at risk of suffering a debility or falling into desolation. And supply is an abstract representation of your preparedness, including ammo, water, food, and general upkeep. It is ranked from 0 to +5, keeping track of detailed inventory. Instead of keeping track of a detailed inventory, you can consider most of your mundane gear is covered under supply. Supply is decreased when you undertake a journey move. You might also reduce supply as a narrative cost when you face hardship as an outcome of another move. For example, if you make the face danger move to ford a wild river, you might lose some of your gear as the result of a weak hit on this. Supply is increased when you gather provisions through moves such as resupply.
Sweet.
And so the supply track represents the shared assets among your party. You and your allies use the same supply value while you travel together. If a move reduces that supply, you each adjust the supply track accordingly. And if we run out of supply, if you're at 0 supply and suffer an additional minor supply, you must reduce your health, spirit, or momentum tracks by that amount.
Okay. All right. Is that supply?
Yep. And then momentum is how you are faring in your quest. It is gained and lost through moves. If you have positive momentum, you are building on your successes and ready to make decisive moves. If you have negative momentum, you have suffered setbacks and your quest is in jeopardy. Use the momentum track on your left side to record. So your max momentum is at +10 and is reduced for every one debility marked. So if you have a debility, your max momentum is reduced. And your momentum resets. If you spend your momentum, you go down to whatever your reset value is, instead of going to 0. And if you have more than one marked ability, your reset is 0 instead of +2. So we should start at 2 momentum.
Start at 2 momentum?
Yeah. So we should be at +2. It should already be set there.
Oh, max momentum starts at plus. I get. Yep, I read that wrong.
So when we swear an iron vow, we give it a rank. So troublesome, dangerous, formidable, or extreme, and record it. That rank we give it is how difficult it is to complete. Essentially, the higher up that scale we give it, the less boxes we tick every time we advance that. So if it's a like a troublesome vow, every time we advance it, where's my little rules handout? So if it's troublesome, which is the easiest, every time we progress that vow forward by doing anything that progresses it, we tick 3 whole boxes. If it's dangerous, we mark 2 whole boxes. If it's formidable, we mark 1 box. If it's extreme, we mark half a box. And if it's epic, we mark a quarter of the box.
Ooh, okay.
So that's what that means. And essentially, you don't actually have to fully fill in every one of these little boxes to be able to finish the vow. But the more filled in it is, the easier it is to complete at the end. So we can get a vow to like halfway done and be like, all right, I'm going to try finishing it now. But it's going to be harder to do than if we fully completed it. But we'll see that in play. It'll make more sense. We've done our assets. Awesome. We can upgrade and acquire more assets as time goes on. And we have, I have a companion, which is my wyvern. And I'm gonna give my wyvern a name.
You gonna roll?
What random table should I roll?
Elf names, other names, combat action. No. Other names. Flutter.
Let's roll on Var, whatever that is.
On what?
On other names. So
other names.
And I'm gonna give it a name of a Var, something like that name. So 16. My wyvern is called Chara.
No. Whoa.
Nah, I'm not a giant name. It's not a giant.
Oh. Varo.
Yeah.
Charna. I didn't even realize there were categories there. Trolls. You don't want it to be called Groak? Groak the Varo. What is a Varo? Oh, that's the
I don't know. I legitimately don't know.
That is something.
Sure, I believe you.
I read it. I read it somewhere and it mentioned something. It's like animal people?
Okay, sure.
Maybe. Don't take my word on that.
I won't.
If you rolled on the elf table, that could have been Jezera, or you could have. Oh, Liam, you should have rolled on the surname table because you could have called your wyvern Morgan.
Morgan the wyvern. That's actually that's too good not to do. Morgan it is. My wyvern is called Morgan.
And the first table, Morgan Mortar. That's a good name.
I leave it. It's just Morgan.
No, I'm just saying for alliteration reasons.
Yeah. And then finally, Basically, if stuff fails, there's various things that could happen. We'll get into that when something actually fails. The final part of character creation is equipment. So make note of any important equipment or items you start with. These are things that might impact narrative and the moves you make, or provide texture to your character's background. They don't offer mechanical bonuses unless they are represented by an asset, such as a weapon used in a combat talent. You can assume you are equipped for travel and adventure as represented by your supply track. Don't worry about managing rations, ammo, and other mundane necessities. There are no limitations by the rules, but envision your character's place in society and consider the availability of resources in your version of the Ironlands. By default, a fine sword or a set of quality armor is rare and marks you as someone of note. It influences how others react to you in fiction of your game. If you want to begin your adventures as a typical Ironlander, envision yourself outfitted with cheap, mundane gear, a hand-me-down set of quilted armor, a ratty traveling cloak, a battered wooden shield, a spear, a worn knife, and a worn knife. Improving your lot in life can be part of your narrative journey. I'm probably literally just going to take exactly what they said.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So, like, hand-me-down set of quilted armor, a ratty traveling cloak, a battered wooden shield, a spear, and a worn knife.
Where do we mark this?
I'm just gonna put it. I'm probably gonna add it like at the bottom of my assets handout because it's not actually
doing. Yep, gonna do the same thing.
Equipment.
I'm gonna change a worn knife to a bone knife because
that makes sense.
Edgy. I should probably take the weapon, right? Yeah.
Probably. You can change the weapon could be like an axe or something for you if you didn't want a spear. Like it doesn't actually make a difference.
Oh, awesome.
Mechanical because and unless you have an asset that makes use of a particular type of weapon, like my skirmisher uses a spear. So for me to get the bonus of skirmisher, I have to have a spear. Apart from that,
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have an old woodcutter's axe.
Yeah, sick. Okay. And we need bonds. What does it say about bonds? Here we go. So as you build relationships and complete quests in the service of others, you create bonds by marking the Forge a Bond move. Bonds provide a narrative texture to your world by fleshing out other characters and communities. They give you places to return to and people to reconnect with. When your life as an Ironsworn has taken its toll, bonds also provide mechanical benefits when you act within a community or interact with someone with whom you share a bond. For example, the Sojourn move gives you a bonus to the roll if you have a bond with that community. The bond progress track on your character represents the connections you have made. When you've successfully forged a bond, you mark progress, 1 tick. When your time as an Ironsworn is done, write your epilogue. When you make a move, you tally the number of filled boxes on your bond progress as your progress score. And then we learn about that later. We should start your first session with up to 3 background bonds. Make note of people and communities you share bonds with. Mark up to 3 ticks on your bonds progress track. So I feel like we should maybe we'll have 3 together. Maybe you can, if you want, have like a person or community that you specifically interacted with. I'll have a person or community that I interacted with, and then maybe we have a community that we share.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Yep. Sure.
Which means we're both going to have so on the bonds at the top of the character sheet there, you want to click on the first box, and basically it has the symbols. So like the minus is 1, the plus is 2, so on. So because we're both going to have 2 bonds, we want 2. So plus symbol in the first box.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I guess I'm going to put that in the assets again.
Yeah.
Who my bonds are. So I'm going to have one that's like a community. And then one that's a person. Let me go back to my random name generator for my person. So this is where we have the tables. So like I'm basically going to roll everything here.
Yep.
So
I think
like
I will
there's
as well.
a settlement name generator. There's like a stuff about, I don't know, what is affecting them or what that place is like, some descriptors and shit like that. So I'm gonna roll for my person first. So let's roll a 2d100 and figure out what this person's name is. 73. Perella. Perella, and the next name, the last name is 3 Bata. And then just above that, we have a character descriptor, like table. And you can roll as many of those as you want. I've seen people roll up to 3 different descriptors for a person, for an NPC. So she is bold. Might do 3. She is cheery. And she is athletic.
Oh.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna I'll roll a person. Name is Keelan. Keelan Verena. You rolled 3?
Yeah.
D100 again, right?
Yeah.
They are. Keelan Verena is suspicious,
A good start.
dying,
Okay.
and disfigured.
Disfigured.
Holy shit. I mean,
so
they've played.
is this? Yeah, right. Like, is this why you're adventuring?
Yeah, it has to be. Like, has to be. Like, this
Is
is my
because this
mother
person
or
you care about
father
is
or why, like, someone I love. Someone I love. I'm trying to find a cure for the plague. And there is no
sick.
cure to the plague.
Yeah. Sick. Okay. And I'm just gonna, because there's character role and character goals as well. I'm just gonna give my person one each of those, just so I know a little bit about them. So they are a forager. Forager, and their goal in life is roll twice. Okay. Their goal in life is to avenge a wrong and to 47 secure provisions. I mean, that makes sense. They're a forager.
Cool. That works. I love how well it works out sometimes.
Yeah, right? Like, they rolled their role in their village is a forager, and one of their goals is to secure provisions.
It's perfect. All right. All right. I'm going to roll for the character roll, which is An outcast, dude.
It makes like how well does
Yeah,
that work?
like, wow. This poor character at 74 is defend a place. So, okay, cool. So they are an outcast defending a cave somewhere that I don't want wild animals or zombies to get into.
Hell yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll up. Nope, I don't want oracles. Settlement name. Here we go. So the bond I share, like the place I share a bond with, is actually I might do another person. I'm gonna have two people. Two people,
So
and then we'll share a bond with a place. I think that makes more sense.
we get what, two each, and then a shared one.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going
Yeah,
for.
I like the idea of two people and like we come from the same place.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So Zan,
You're gonna keep the 40?
45.
45
Yeah,
rather?
Zan. Sure. Rodiri. And he is /R 3D 100. He is
Oh, okay. There's a reason that's such a big number.
jealous. Oh, good.
Nice.
Maybe he's jealous of my bond with Perella. She is athletic, after all. He's loyal though. This dude is definitely in the friend zone. Yeah, he's cowardly. Yeah.
Oh, this poor man.
What does he do?
Six.
He is
Ooh.
okay.
A bandit.
He is a bandit. All right.
Who is
and
this mysterious man?
his goal 63 enrich themselves. Like,
dude, I can't believe it.
enrich themselves. That makes, dude, it's so much sense. All right.
So we have a jealous bandit looking to enrich themselves and a dying, disfigured outcast. And what was your first one?
Perella. She's a bold, cheery, athletic forager who wants to secure provisions and avenge a wrong.
Cool. All right, I'll do my last person, or my second person rather. Their name is Serena. Serene. Serene Katrin. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Uh-oh. Working again. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ. They are very they are insensitive.
Okay.
Nice. They are also dying.
Dude.
But they are dying while being generous and insensitive.
I loved both of your bonds are to dying people. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, right?
It makes so much sense. That's awesome.
dying. I mean, they're probably together. I'm guessing because like we
Yeah, for
outcast
sure.
plague-stricken people. Maybe they're in the village and no one knows.
Quick settlement name generator.
Their role is, we'll see. This will tell us. I'll take the first one, which is 31. They are mystic. Cool. And then I guess I'll take the second one for character role, which is 49. Character goal, rather. To secure... no, that's your one. To rebel against power.
Okay. Wow. 2 people dying of the plague, wanting to rebel against the healing cast that exiles and kills plague victims. Cool.
Sweet. And then for the town, how do we do this?
Yeah, roll a d100.
You roll a d10 and I'll roll a d10.
Okay.
Do this old school style.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
57.
57.
And then we need to roll again. So 57
Is
means
new.
that our place name, our
Prefix.
location, our town is named after a historical event.
Oh, wait. Where is this?
Under settlement names, page 170.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Oh, cool. And then we need to
So
roll
it's
again.
named after a historical event. And then if you want to roll first this time.
Cool. 1. Oh. Wait.
$11. So our
Fool's
place
Fall.
is called Fool's Fall.
Wait, what's the... Oh, that's the quick settlement name generator. I
Yeah.
see.
I feel like if this is the place we're both from, it should have like a little bit more.
Yeah. Fool's Fall.
Okay. So let's I guess let's get a descriptor for it. So do you want to roll another D100?
Yeah, where do we get that from?
It's Oracle 6, so 177.
177.
Just scroll up from where we were before.
All right. I'll go first. Uh, 18.
No, 8.
8?
Yeah.
8?
You rolled a 10, right?
Yeah? I was at 0.
Yeah, so 10 is 0, yeah. And small.
All right. Do we want to get a couple
do you want to roll
of these?
another one?
Yeah.
Let's get another one. Oops, that's a 1d1.
Roll that one again. Don't make one though. 23.
23. A
Wild.
small wild. This is making a lot of sense.
Yeah. Do you want to do 3?
Sure, why not?
The 3 people, 3. All right, do you want to roll first? You rolled a d10. Oh, you did roll it. No, you were meant to roll a d10. I don't know what I'm talking
9.
about. 96. Civilized. Huh.
I don't think it makes sense. We've already rolled wild. I don't know if civilized makes sense.
Re-roll that one.
Let's either move that up or down one.
Okay. Dense or desolate?
Desolate kind of makes sense, I think.
Dense could also make sense because it's small.
It's small.
Like we don't have a lot of land, but there's a fuck ton of us. Which maybe means we're especially harsh.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, okay. Because there are so many of us, we have to be even harsher. Okay. And then I guess we can probably roll. There's like a settlement trouble.
I saw that.
Oracle 9, 181. And we can. I guess this is kind of the trouble that we start the game in. It could be.
Yep. Okay. Oh wait, what was it was small, dense, and savage?
Small, dense, and wild.
Wild. Huh. And that is what settlement?
Oracle 9, 181. That's Fool's Fall. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4. 4
Do we? How many of these do we want? 1, 2,
Let's
3?
just do one.
1. All right.
Let's just do one. Yeah. You go for it. Roll us D100, man.
Oh, I rolled a d10. Oh. Do you want to roll a d10 or just do it at 100?
Sure.
Nine.
Roll twice. Great. Our town's just gonna be fucked. Oh no, it's 9, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Old wounds reopened. Unless you want to bump that up to 2. Bump that 9 up to a 10. Roll twice.
I don't mind. Either roll.
Your choice. Up to you. Unless old wounds
Let's
reopened.
do old wounds
I like
reopened.
it. Yeah, I really like that. Like that could be.
It's a bit like open ended.
Yeah. Like that could be a lot of things.
Yes, I mean, what does that mean? Like, what is happening in the town at the moment? Why have some old wounds reopened?
So do we think that's emotional wounds? Is that like mystical wounds? Is there like is there a resurgence of the plague? Is there?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think?
Oh,
Also, let's just roll to see where this place is. So just roll another D100, and we'll re-roll somewhere if it doesn't make sense. Like Shattered Waste wouldn't make sense.
Where's this?
We are in the Flooded Lands. Of course we are.
Oh.
All right. Cool. I might make another. Actually, I can just use the world handout, can't I? Down the bottom of the stuff we have about the world, I'm just going to put numbers. Like, number 1 is Fool's Fall. It is.
Like, I'm not disfigured. Someone I love is disfigured. How dare you?
Down from which we both came. And let's put a number on the map to show. It's like red or something really obvious. Where do you want this place to be? Where in the Flooded Lands?
I'm thinking.
I need to turn off Snap to Grid because that's really annoying.
Do you want it to be in one of the fjords? Do you want it to be close to the ocean, which is going to be like, if we do it close to the sea, there'll be like ghost ships rocking up with zombies. If we do,
is that the old wound?
Like a what? What are you thinking? Like ghost ships?
Yeah, like as a ghost ship showed up, but it was like it was from an area that I was like pretty close to where we all kind of ancestrally came from. Okay, so now we're fighting off like hordes of our own dead.
Are you thinking we like our tribe comes from a distinct place?
I mean, I imagine if we're kind of by the coast here, if this is where the ships are landing, I'm imagining this is where like most of the ships originally landed as well. So I mean, we're probably still pretty varied, but like.
All right, what about if we're like up in here somewhere by this big fjord? So the ghost ship having arrived, it had to traverse like a riverway, which is kind of creepy. How did the ghost ship
it's like it's done it under some sort of power.
Yeah.
Right.
Like shouldn't get in there. It should just crashed into like land.
Yeah.
But it's
okay. I like it. Hell yeah.
Cool.
All right. So I guess that's answered. I guess our next question, which would be what is our inciting incident? It would be the plague ship.
Plague bearers. Plague ship. Ooh. Where is this? What page?
So we're just doing. So now, if we get back up, so we're, where is it? me find where on this book it says assets, companion abilities, experience, equipment. Becoming an Ironsworn. In your first session, envision your current situation. Something has happened or is about to happen, which puts you on a path of an Ironsworn. This is your inciting incident. Make it personal. Give it teeth. It's not a situation you can just walk away from. You must set things right. If you need inspiration from this, blah blah blah. I think we've decided.
Yeah.
Our inciting incident is the plague ship. So we've basically our first decision. We have our background vow as well, which I guess for you would be like to cure your friends, like, or to cure the
Both of
plague,
my-
like.
Find a cure for the plague, yeah.
Which I feel like definitely fits into an epic vow. Like, I think that's as hard as it gets.
That's background vow?
Yeah. I don't know what mine would be. I'll think on mine. I'll think on mine. But yeah, our inciting incident is definitely the plague ship. So we need to try and figure out, like, we have to swear a vow on this, right? Like, we are swearing to do something about this plague ship. What are we? Like, are we setting out to destroy it, or
maybe we need to like pilfer the supplies?
Okay.
Because neither of us are sneaky.
Yep.
Like, but like, I really want them to not to kill my friend, and you want them. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that sounds good to me.
Like, we were both desperate, wanting to get something from the town. So we were like, and the town like is dense. There's a lot of people here. We don't have a lot of supplies left.
Yeah. All right.
This ship has filled with dead people. There's going to be shit tons of stuff.
So the vow, I guess we are swearing, is this ship must contain supplies. We need them. Then I guess we will return them to the town. I don't know how difficult do you feel like this is?
Is it just me? Is it just our characters going?
Yeah, I imagine so. Me and my wyvern, you.
Oh, we do have a wyvern.
It's a baby.
Formidable, dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so this could be a massive galleon, or it could be a small. I don't know, a smaller version of a ship, but it could be a small ship. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like dangerous works.
Dangerous. Yep. Yeah. Cool. Dangerous.
Okay. Cool. Create your characters, create your world. Mark background bonds, done.
What's your background bond?
So that's the ones we already made. The ones with the people.
Oh, sorry, your background vow.
I don't know. I really don't know. Background goal. So write your background vow. When you create your character, give yourself a background vow to represent a primary motivation or ultimate goal. This vow is part of your character's backstory. It may be a vow sworn years ago, or one which is a reaction to a major event. Write down the vow and give it the rank extreme or epic. You don't need to swear an iron vow. You don't need to make the swear an iron vow move for this quest. Fulfilling this vow will not be easy. In story time, it might require months, years, or even decades to fulfill the vow. You may even decide your background vow isn't something you make significant progress in your narrative. Instead, it just helps establish some role-playing detail for your character and fleshes out your world.
Could be something related to the wyvern.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I think I know what it is.
Oh,
I think I know what it is. Um, my our people are dying. The only way to save them is to leave the Ironlands. And the only way to leave is, what do we call it?
the
Is
realm of
into
the
the
Firstborn.
realm
Nice.
of the Firstborn.
Oh, I like it.
Okay, awesome. Sweet.
Cool. Yeah, and I will jazz up mine. It's just find a cure for the plague.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, cool.
Which I mean, if someone knows a cure for the magic plague, it's the magical Firstborn, right?
Exactly. So are you? How long do you have?
I have to go to bed in like 60 minutes.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything else we need to do. But we might leave that as session 0. And
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just us, so it's very easy to schedule this.
yeah. An inciting incident is a problem which arises at the beginning of a story. So we've done that. We have set our inciting incident. These suggestions can apply to any vow. Blah blah. Things. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so when we start the next session, the first thing we'll do is see kind of where the see where we enter, and swear our first iron vow.
Cool.
Cool. Awesome. So in the meantime, I'm gonna try and figure out a way of getting the Ironsworn cards, asset cards,
Oh
and
god, good
move
luck.
cards into Roll20. That's gonna be a nightmare, probably, because I'm probably gonna have to crop everything and turn them into individual
Yeah, I
like
don't even know if it's worth it.
PNGs. It'll make things a lot easier, to reference. But we'll see how we go. I might end up doing that. Yeah, cool.
Ooh. All right.
This is a cool world. I like it.
Like the
I
horrible.
like it.
You know what? I think I'm gonna roll um a couple character descriptors.
For yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
because why the fuck not? And if I don't like it, I'm just not gonna use it. Look, if I'm honest, but I'll probably use it because these are all pretty good. 3. No, fuck that. I'm gonna re-roll passive. Oh, actually, fuck that. I'm re-rolling. I'm taking this.
That doesn't really make sense for your
Yeah,
character.
this is my re-roll. What's it called in cards? I don't know. 7.
Mulligan.
Mulligan. This is my mulligan. Aggressive. Yeah.
You literally paint yourself in blood.
Yeah. 45. Aggressive, bitter, and I'm going to take 3 because I like number 3. 76. Influential. Yeah, I'm a doctor. I'm the ruling class.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Cool. I really like bitter. Like that was kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. Awesome. Weird how this like the random generators seem to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, no, can we talk about like the first one I did? Like
yeah.
Suspicious, dying, disfigured, an outcast defending a place.
Yeah.
Like
awesome. Just fits so well.
Yeah.
Like ridiculously well.
Like Roll20 knows us.
Watching. It knows the result we want, I swear. Okay, cool. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching session 0. This will probably go up on the YouTube like now, so I'll just jump on and edit it up now, get it up there. We will schedule session 1. I don't know when it will be. Keep an eye on the Discord. Whenever we get a spare moment, we'll do this. This is fun. I like this. This RPG seems cool. We'll see how it actually plays, but it makes cool characters in a cool world, if nothing else.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see how we go from there. I hope everyone has enjoyed watching us mess about with our world creation. And I guess we'll see what happens next time. Until then,
all right,
peace.
awesome. Let me find the stop streaming button. There it is.